a fait un match plein ce soir, Yao Kwasi.
Il a fait un grand match aujourd'hui.
Oui.
C'est ce qu'on lui demande.
Chaque fois qu'il a voulu, en tout cas, il est passé au travers des mailles gambiennes.
À moins que la défense gambienne pour l'équipe gambienne.
Et voilà. 3-0 pour les éléphants de Côte d'Ivoire. Avant ce match de retour dont vous parliez tantôt, Pierre Benson.
Le 7 juin prochain
à Banjul. Gambie, Côte d'Ivoire, en tout cas pour ce soir, le tarif est intéressant. Il est, attention, la course-poursuite des fans qui veulent absolument entrer en contact avec leurs joueurs. En tout cas, on a pris beaucoup de plaisir à retrouver cette équipe des éléphants de Côte d'Ivoire, même si les 45 premières minutes n'ont pas été aussi fructueuses que nous l'attendions. Eh bien, le contrat a été rempli et bien rempli. 3-0, Pierre Benson, à moins que vous n'ayez...
Oui, il a une bonne pointe de vitesse, ce supporter. Échappé à la vigilance des forces de l'homme. En tout cas, belle performance des éléphants de Côte d'Ivoire. C'est vrai que c'est pas la grande équipe de Côte d'Ivoire, en tout cas, qu'on a connue il y a quelques mois.
Gentlemen, we've seen after a very promising first 45 by the Scorpions, they couldn't live to sustain the momentum. We've seen it is job done for Ivory Coast today, 3-0. Gentlemen, your opinion?
Well, the better team won. Ivory Coast by far a better team than the Gambia, and 3-0 the scoreline. Like you said, the first 45 minutes looks very promising. We are hoping that at least we're going to get something from this game, but it turns out to be the other way around. But Ivory Coast, no match for the Gambia, to be honest.
Are you disappointed?
Anyway, yeah, I'm disappointed. Whenever Gambia lost, I'm disappointed. I think, like the coaches always say, go back to the drawing board once again. But we should be realistic here that definitely our football is not flourishing the way people want it. I don't think Luciano Mancini is the answer to our question. How many games? 4, 7 games. He's still yet to give us the results that we want, and we have not been seeing that improvement. So I think it's high time, something is done about it.
Babs, following the Niger's game, at least some of us were having a glimmer of hope that at least this could be a starting point, a stepping stone for us, and against mighty Ivory Coast, we failed to replicate our performance against. But you mentioned something very important, that Gambia often will play very well in the first 45 minutes, but we flatter to deceive normally in the second period.
That's the fact of the situation with the Gambian team. For the past 5 years, even Paul Pot was far better than the current coach, who is Luciano Mancini. But Gambian's second half, even at home, is always not to apart. Okay. Looking at the performance today, though you also count on the challenge that was made by Yankuba Malsise. With his experience, I was not expecting him to do that, to make that challenge, because the opponent was almost covered by his own defender. But taking that risk, I think that also give them a lot of discouragement after conceding that penalty. But notwithstanding, but after that penalty, the second goal came on.
Yeah, the second goal, I think that was coming.
A giveaway goal.
Yeah, I hope we get to see those pictures of the 3 goals that we have scored, and we see what actually went wrong. But the first penalty, Malsise's challenge was very clumsy. I don't think he should have, with his experience, should not have made that tackle.
I think that's why we lost the game. I was emphasizing the point that we should try and make sure we keep it tight until the hour mark. At least, you would have frustrated your opponents. That could force them into hasty decisions, which could count to your advantage. But look, considering a penalty like that, why do you even need to pull him back? After only 5 minutes in the second half, obviously, the Ivorians will now have the initiative. And Haji made mention of the point that Gambians, they always have a very good first half. But their second half has left a lot to be desired. And I think the reason to that could be down to competition.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's look at this Gambian team. The goalkeeper, you know, I don't think you can blame him with any of the goals. He did his best. Though, personally, I would have think that the second goal, he should have, you know, used his strong hand to push the ball.
That's the third goal.
Okay, that was the second. That was the third goal rather. Okay, but look at the first goal. Where was the defender? Okay, fine. The goalkeeper's performance, I think, was better. But when you look at the defensive partnership between T-Boy and Footy Danso, now Footy plays in the MLS, and their season just started this month, this March. Okay. So you don't expect him to have the same level of competition.
He hasn't played a game yet.
Exactly. So you see
the commencement of this
exactly. Okay, and T-Boy is clubless.
Yeah, it's clubless.
Okay, when you look at Lamin Sama, the batsman, he plays for NK Lokomotiva Zagreb. Okay, but when you look at him also, he is not also one of the regulars.
That's the penalty.
Yeah,
that was
very
poor.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was needless to make such a
exactly.
tackle on
okay.
At that
now, batsman also, you know, is not a definite starter with his team. Pamudu Jang, who was playing as a left back, I told you, wasn't playing as a left back with his team, but rather as a midfielder. Come to midfield. Mal, the Estonian league also is just starting. Ibrahim Sohna hasn't competed since September, October of last year. Okay, because he was playing in where? Finland. The Scandinavian league was finished way back in September. He hasn't had the competition. Sehu Gassama, he plays for Real Zaragoza B. That was a reserve team. And out of the 12 games that he played, only once he started. Just the previous weekend before this game, he played only 2 minutes. And that is in the third tier of Spanish football. Okay?
Don't you think those are down to the fact that we lack the personnel?
Yeah, but look, that was why we needed to know. We needed to know why was Tuabo missing, why was Ibusawane missing, why was Keba Sise, who is playing week in, week out, like Poznan in the Polish league. You know, to me, he's a far better defender than all the defenders Gambia have at the moment. We've seen him two games.
Sawana in particular, we talked about him in the morning during our multi-sports program. He's currently our most informed player with 17 goals.
17 goals. You know, the Belgian Pro League is finished. He was the second leading goal scorer. You know, he was tied on 17 goals with Jematin Bokani of Congo.
I think one thing should be noted here. We're talking about the homegrown talents. Hamza Barry was introduced to the game. But let's see what was